coaching sessions and stuff like that. Alright, so I'm hit record, and we'll start with this, excuse me, disclaimer. So first of all, any advice or information given in this room is educational in nature and general advice only, does not take into account your personal circumstances, and by viewing any material or using the information presented by Bovarius Capital, you agree that this is general education material. You will not hold any person or entity responsible for loss or damages resulting from the content or general advice provided here by Bovarius Capital Management, its employees, directors or fellow members. Spot currency trading have large potential rewards but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the spot forex market. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation, or this webinar is neither a solicitation nor a offer to buy or sell spot forex or any other financial products. No representation is made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in any of these sessions. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. This information is purely for educational use only. Alright, perfect. We've got that out of the way. And well, let's get the chart back up. Got to switch screens. Switch to is it monitor 1? Yeah, you guys can see that, yeah? Perfecto. So just a quick one. Just give me some kind of wow. My God, that sounded like a bomb went off. Yeah, did you guys get that as well? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it did, didn't it? That was amazing. That was. Wow. That's Thor. Thor's fighting Thanos in heavens. All right, cool. Did you hear that, Warren? I bet you didn't get none of that over where you are. Right, so there's thunder and lightning out there today. A lot of rain, but it's still warm and humid, isn't it? All right, cool. All right, let's press on. So here we are. Today's news. So yesterday, you guys know, it was bank holiday, and because it was a bank holiday, it was a bank holiday in both the US and the UK. So all those guys that said to me, you know, what about tomorrow? I said, like, don't trade, because if there's a UK bank holiday, it's bad enough. UK bank holiday, in my experience, and you know, as we say in the disclaimer, you know, past performance is not an indication of future, which also goes on to say the same thing in regards to bank holidays as well. Typically, when you've got a UK bank holiday, you don't see much going on. Whereas you could have a US bank holiday and still see moves in the markets, significant ones. Not as much as you used to, but it's still there. If there's a UK and a US bank holiday, do yourself a favour and have a break. It's the best thing to do, right? We go on to today's news announcements at 3 p.m. We've got consumer confidence in the US, and then 10 p.m. we've got New Zealand news coming out. So that's for those guys that trade late in the evening, 10 p.m. That's good for you. Looking here, excuse me, consumer confidence. So it measures the level of a composite index based on surveyed households. It comes out every month from the last Tuesday of the current month. So of course we've got 128.7 was the previous, 128.2 is the expected of the forecast. So you want to see if there's a huge difference between these two figures here. Now, based upon what they're showing here, I wouldn't necessarily think that. Yeah, sorry guys, 1 second. So based upon that, I'm not expecting anything huge there, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it creates some volatility in the market. Some days volatility is excellent. Just giving us a quick overview of the week ahead. It's always good to do this. Why is it good to do this? It's good to, you know, so a lot of people have a tendency just to look at today's and see what's going on today, but let's look at it like this, okay? So imagine you're in a business. You know, you want to know what's going on for the week ahead. If you've got kids and they're in school, you want to know what's going on for the week ahead. You know, if your kids are, sorry guys, bear in 1 second. Sorry guys, that was my daughter. You know, it's like kids and she takes precedence. I had to. Sorry, my daughter messaged me. Um, Alright, cool. So, um, where was we? So you want to know what goes on for the week ahead, yeah? Make sense? Yeah. So you want to know what's happening, what you can expect. It's like planning, like anything you do in life. You're kind of planning, aren't you? So it's the same thing as well. You know, with regards to trading. Now, what was the big news that came out that we were talking about? What was that? Do you guys remember? Answers on the postcard. Give you a clue. I did say. Um, I did talk about it in the live room last week a few times. Yeah, yes, yes. It's yeah, they're basically yeah, they're. Did you guys read the thing I sent out this morning? All right, okay. So basically, so remember I said to you like Italy's in huge trouble when they come out with the accounts for the eurozone. I'm expecting it's not going to be good, but we didn't get much of a result, not much of a movement. Yeah, and then today you guys would have noticed the euro dollar was falling quite heavily, wasn't it? Yeah, bit of delayed reaction as if to say like I don't know, I haven't checked. So yeah, so here's euro. Yeah, perfect. Here's euro dollar. I, do you know, I don't do much with gold, funny enough. Um, so I didn't check this morning, but here as you can see, so you got the consolidation range. And for those that trade London Open, I was speaking to a client last night, um, doing a coaching session, and he was asking me certain questions like, "But what about London Open and stuff like that?" You know, and I was telling him to remove the indicator of his chart, um, I wanted to give him something I wanted him to do, and he was asking about London Open. I said to him, if you look at the Bollinger Bands, for example, see where it goes tight, you're going to find that's usually the London Open range. So that thing broke out, what, 6:45, about 7 a.m. this morning, broke out of the range. That range there. So when you're using your Bollinger Bands, yeah, and so I want to go a little bit on this today, stick on this topic a little bit today. Um, what happens is, um, uh, with um, with Bollinger Bands and so forth, yeah, as you know, they contract, yeah, so they start to tighten, squeeze in. As you can see here, they start to tighten and squeeze in when there's no range in the market, range bound, yeah, that's there. Then of course the market opens up when you've got volatility and bang, market's coming down, so the bands open up also, yeah. Now, so with Bollinger Bands, they can kind of tell you everything that you really need to know, yeah, including supply and demand. Because supply and demand is just about training the eye. And that's why I would say to people, just remove the indicator. Take the indicator off, because if you don't use the indicator, you're training your eye to see something. And even though indicators are a nice little crux, um, the question I have for you guys is, what do you want to do? Do you want an indication, or do you want to make money? You know, do you want to make better decisions, stronger decisions based upon what you see? Yeah, because an indicator can show you something that you ain't necessarily seeing, that you're not necessarily seeing. It can be good. Let's not get it wrong. It can be good, but good and correct isn't the same. Yeah. So we got here Euro Dollar Open. We know we've got consolidation here, so you guys more than likely sleeping. I don't know what you're up to at that early hours of the morning. But what you'll find is along this time here, you're not trading. Yeah. So you can see it's really rangy. If you see that happen at another time, you know that the market is range bound. You don't want to be trading it. Yeah? You might decide though that okay, the market's range bound. So let's say we take this bit here, and you look at it and say, oh, the market's really range bound. So you might draw, yeah, a line above and below. You're just taking your range, yeah. You're not using another indicator to do this. Yeah, go on. Thought someone was saying something there. Um, you might. You don't need to use another indicator, yeah. So yeah, by all means, I can come here and take out chart window, and we can do this, right? Let's do London Open Template. Okay, cool. So you see the template here, yeah? So yeah, of course, what you can do is you can say, okay, I've got my range here for London Open. I'm going to trade this London Open break, yeah? Right, but at the same time, sorry guys, it's my daughter. Bet 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry guys, that was my daughter. I told her stop calling. Sorted out now. Kids, I tell you. Alright, cool. So back to this now, yeah. So we don't really. My point to you guys is this: if I just remove, yeah, things like this, because I kind of want to understand what it's like when you can have an indicator on a chart that tells you something, shows you something, gives you some information, and it can seem like it's helping you make decisions. So my question to you is this: I, how much money are those indicators making you, right? So supply and demand is another one, typical. So if I do this, and I notice that a lot of people, when they trade just on the indicators, using it this way, and they look at it and think they typically don't get as best results as they could. And I don't get them off the indicator neither. My best results in trading comes when I don't have these indicators on here, right? So now, if I'm looking at this thing, because the problem is where it focuses your attention, your eye, yeah? So let me ask you guys something. Who here likes magic tricks and stuff like that? Yeah, magic. Don't be afraid to answer, because it makes it easier for me to give you guys information if I get feedback. If I don't get feedback, what can happen then, I can take it as it all makes sense and then I don't go any further. Remember, this is about key learning, yeah? So when you guys, magic's cool. When you look at magic, do you guys understand that the magician, in order to make the trick seem like it's magic, has to divert your attention? Do you guys know that? Tension. So yeah, cool, right? So this is the thing now with this indicator, the problem I have with it, yeah? I'm not saying it's not good, but it's right now, where's it focus my attention to? It's focused my attention to here, 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 and up here, yeah? Fair to say? Fair to say, right? That there's where my attention is focused, yeah? That's because that's where you're going to look. You're going to look where the indicator is. You're not going to look somewhere else, typically. But then I'd look at this and I'd say, well, I've got a big drop here. Here I've got a base. And here I've got another big drop. So actually this here, to me, looks like I want to be getting involved up here. But I may not see that. So the reason why I'm able to see that, yeah, amongst all the other stuff that's going on, yeah, on this chart with the indicators, because I've obviously trained my eye to do that. So that's what I want you guys to do, is train your eye to do that, right? So, and I know some of you thinking, yeah, but you've given us the Bollinger Band indicator, and yes, I have, and I'm going to come to that, okay? There is a method to the madness here. So let's get rid of this indicator now. So if I just pen, control and I, bring these, delete, close. Now, if I take that off, now my attention isn't being directed no more to those places, are they? Right? But I've got this here, this level here. Now what I may do is look at this differently, but I'd be looking here. And then I wouldn't be looking at these ones here. I wouldn't be looking at these ones here. Now why is that? And the reason why I'll be looking at these ones here is because there's nothing there that stands out to me. So I don't know if you guys don't know if you guys have ever heard this, right? That's Thor swinging his magic hammer around. I don't know if you guys have heard someone say this to you, in terms of like just trading in itself and stuff like that. You know, when you look at a chart, yeah, and I don't know, like let's look at like a trend line, for example. You know, I don't know if you've heard this when they say like, but I know, how do you know it's an actual trend line, or support and resistance levels and stuff like that and so forth. And it's a case of whereby, you know, you heard this, if it looks like a duck, it sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? So it's like that whole thing with support and resistance, people trying to find it, or trend lines or whatever, and if it's not clear and doesn't stand out to you, yeah, maybe it's just not there. But we have a tendency to want to find it or see it, especially if somebody else turns around and says something to you along the lines of, do you see the trend line? Do you see the support and resistance? Do you see, oh look, there's a key level there, do you see it? If you don't see it, yeah, right, understand that your eyes work only for you, and nobody else's perception of anything or vision of anything is the same as yours, right? So, for example, you know, if I look across the road and I saw a woman walking with a short skirt and I thought, wow, she's got great legs, you know, you might be standing right next to me and not see her for whatever reason. Maybe she just doesn't appeal to you. Do you understand me? Maybe that's not what you're into, you know. It could be anything, and there's no right and wrong, because the world is made up of people with different tastes, you know, it's that type of thing. So if you was looking at a chart and things don't clearly jump out at you, they're not there. It's the best way to look at it. An indicator sometimes can show you or can direct your vision like a magician does. Magician, you know, when he says to you, when he shows you his left hand, but he switches something with his right hand. Where, you know, the hand is quicker than the eye, so when you look at the left hand, you're momentarily distracted, and that's all you need, right? And indicators can give you a momentary distraction. So when I told you about the MFI and I said I don't use it, I don't care for it, and I would never use it alone, but the bands is the one that I would use alone. I'd use the Bollinger Bands by themselves as an indicator only, yeah? Supply and demand, I'd always draw it in. That's what I would do. I'd always draw it in, yeah. So I'd look and I'd say, where's my levels at? Where am I looking to get in? Where am I looking to get out and stuff? I'd see this here and I'd say, okay, well that looks interesting. Let me see what that's got to offer. And then I do this. I want to see what's this got to offer. Here, do you understand me? So now I've got two levels clear that I see, and these aren't drawn by the indicator. It doesn't draw drop, base, drop. It doesn't draw drop, base, drop. What it draws is rally, base, drop, and drop, base, rally. Yeah. So the indicator, as much as it's a crux, sometimes can be what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when something can get in your way, it can be like that, yeah. So let's insert under trend Bollinger Bands, yeah, on our settings, and put that up there. Yeah. Now, You want me to write that down? What do you want me to write down? Sorry, mate. I didn't understand what you want me to write down.
The supply and demand indicator, what it actually measures.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
So you said drop
Rally,
base,
base, drop, drop, base, rally, rally, base, rally, and drop, base, drop. Yeah. Now, the indicator itself won't measure all four of these. What it will do, it will measure these two here.
okay.
But these two here doesn't measure, and these two here, in my opinion, are the better ones. I think I could be wrong. I'm not saying this 100%, but for me, and they're easier for me to spot as well. I find, yeah. So the indicator doesn't give you everything in that way. So there's sometimes when the indicator is going to be of extreme use and to have, and other times it won't be so good to have. Other times you've got to say like, listen, um, yeah, it's great having you there. You know, if I need you, I suppose if you look at it like, you know, I don't know if you've seen all these videos about cops in America and how trigger happy they are, you know, especially if you're of some kind of ethnic minority, more so black, right? You've seen all this shit in America and stuff like that. It's not about race baiting; it's just fact and observation, right? So you notice that in America, the police walk around, they've got their guns. Um, their guns, right? They're supposed to be there as a just in case. Not this will deal with every situation. Do you understand me? But now when you see these videos, and don't get me wrong, what they're doing is they're deliberately pointing out, deliberately showing, um, you know, because it's not difficult to actually stir something up if you keep pointing to all the bad things that's going on. It's not to say that all police are bad, because that would be incorrect to say that. But when you see those videos and you see the police are pulling out their guns so quick, it's like, why are you pulling out your gun so quick? You know, give a guy a chance. It's like you just want to jump out, pull your gun out, and it's like, I fear for my life, and you know, that type of thing. So this is the same thing. You know, you don't just pull it out, and you guys are acting like racist American cops sometimes. Not you guys in this room only, but I mean in general, this is generalisation, yes? So don't sit there taking it personally, like he's talking about me, I'm talking about everybody in general, has a tendency to do this, especially in the retail market. They've got this tendency to say like, you know, yeah, we just pulled this guy up, right, let me grab my gun, point it at him, get out of the car! It's like, oh, I've just got into the market, let me stick my indicators on there and see what it's telling me or showing me. It's just giving you an indication, and that indication is just what the price has done. Because all these indicators, including this one you got here as well, including the Bollinger Bands, understand that what they do is they take the information from here, yeah? So this is why I have these price bars up, open, high, low, close. So what they take is this information here. Open, high, low, close, and they use this information, either all of it or some of it, in order to draw an indicator. Yeah. So this here is a 20 simple moving average. Yeah, it's a 20 SMA. 20 SMA. You guys should all know this by now. In order to get a 20 SMA plot in the chart, and this is why you would use a Bollinger Band indicator to make life easy. Computers can be good like that. It can make life easy if you use correctly. Yeah. So. And that's why we're doing this, so you guys can use it correctly, so you can get the benefit of it. So what they're doing is they take the closing price of this one's current, so it takes the closing price of the previous 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth, right? So let's say from here to here is 20. From here to here. What it would do, it would take the closing price of each one of these. Only the closing price only, yeah? And it will add them all together. Yeah. Once it adds them all together, it gets a figure. Then with that figure, it would then divide, yeah, that figure by 20, i.e. 20. And then it will give you an average price of all 20 together, yeah? And the average price is what you see here. And of course, it's got to be dynamic and keep changing, because what's happening here, this price bar here, it's not moving much right now. 50-minute time frame. What's happening here? This price bar is currently open. It's still moving, as you can see. So if all of a sudden now, when this one here closes, so look, what will happen here? See, this is a 1 minute. So in 1 minute, this is going to close. It's closed. Now it has to recalculate. Yeah. So it needs to drop the previous one. Yeah, and add this one instead. That's what it's doing, consistently adding. Make sense? Alright, so that's what it does. So this one here is going to be too much for you guys to try and measure this yourself. That would just be ridiculous, because you would never get anything done, you would never get trade, and you would never know. So this is a good indication. It's good. Moving averages are good for that. So moving averages and the Bollingers are good for that, in my opinion. Yeah. So this here and this here, these are deviations of this here. This is a 2.5 to the upside and then 2.5 to the downside deviation. And with that deviation, what we can do here, we can use these for entry. So market comes down, it pushes down, it hits the bottom band. And what do? We either look to trade it as a breakout, or we look to trade it back to the mean. If you want to, and this is something I'm going to say to you guys, is this, and I said to a client yesterday, I said, like, look, trade London Open, but don't trade the open range breakout using the indicator. What I want you to do is use just one thing, yeah? It's just focus on the Bollinger Bands only. That becomes your key weapon, yeah, of choice, is the Bollinger Bands. It's not to say you couldn't use something else, but I mean, let's just look at people that let's just look at talent around the world, yeah, and just look at this for a second. Who's that guy, Johnny Wilkinson? Yeah, you guys know Johnny Wilkinson, right? You guys know Johnny Wilkinson? You don't know Johnny Wilkinson? He's, you know, the rugby player. You guys don't know this guy, the rugby player. So this guy, Rugby Beckham, yeah, he's like Rugby Beckham, exactly, right? And I was going to bring up David Beckham next, yeah. So Johnny Wilkinson, he's known for his kicks, yeah, when he kicks it over the thing, right? And I'm not necessarily a rugby fan, but see this pose here, this is what he would do. So he does this kind of like, there it is, he does this like pose thing like that before he kicks the ball, right? Then we take David Beckham. You guys know David Beckham as well, right? And David Beckham is known for what? What do you know about David Beckham? It's no longer his football, is it? But it's his free kicks, right? So David Beckham's known for his free kicks, right? So these two guys, both of these guys are British, yeah? So I bring them up because, you know, in other countries around the world, they seem to invest a lot more in their talent pool in that way, yeah? Sports-wise, right? But David Beckham, do you guys know that he used to practice kicking the ball against the wall, practicing his free kicks and stuff? Do you guys know that? And you don't have to be a fan of these guys or like these guys to respect what they've accomplished, yeah? That's important. That's what this is about. You don't have to be a fan. You don't have to like them. I've never seen this guy play in my life. I've never seen this guy play in my life neither. I don't watch football, don't watch rugby. It's just not my thing, yeah? There's nothing wrong with it. And at school, I loved playing rugby. Even football wasn't that bad at school, but it still wasn't my sport of choice, right? But I know who he is, and I admire him for what he's done, in terms of like how he's practiced in it. So that what he used to do is practice late into the night when there was no lights, yeah. And David Beckham used to do something similar. So with regards to those guys, you know, they became almost like an expert at something. So let me ask you something. More people here are going to know about football than anything else, yeah? So answers on a postcard, and let me see what your opinions are, yeah? That's you too, Warren. Don't sit in the back being silent, mate. I know you're there. Right, so who do you think's the best footballer? Who would you class as the best footballer? Past or present? Pele. Do you know I was going to say Pele? Maradona. I used to love Maradona. Maradona was phenomenal. I think he was only so fast because of all the coke that he did, though. That guy used to be high on the pitch. Who else? Pele, Maradona. I remember Romario as well. He was another guy that I used to love watching. And what it was, is like I said, I don't like the game, but these guys are spectacular. But nobody's spoken about Beckham, right? George Best was phenomenal, right? George Best was, when I was a kid, George Best was my favourite. I used to collect the sticker things and stuff like that. Giving my age away here a little bit, but right. So in terms of David Beckham, though, nobody mentions his David. Nobody here said David Beckham. I think David Beckham is the best guy. He's this, he's that, and so forth. Yeah. Right, he's the man for crossing the ball in the box. So, but you guys aren't saying he's the best player. But look how much money he's made. But the point is, he still gained notoriety, right? Now, why do you think he gained that notoriety? Would you say it's because of posh spice? Would you say it's because of his looks? You know, if you listen, many girls I've heard say, you know, David Beckham, he's so fine. Obviously, girls don't say that kind of stuff if he's not celebrity either, you know. But that's not the point. Why do you think he got so good? So famous? Consistency. Well, yeah. So that one thing that he did, that he became, um, great at, is what he focused on. Yeah, you understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying there? Yeah. Right. So what am I talking about in terms of now trading the financial markets? Well, if you use one system or one way of doing something, you can become so good at that one system or way of doing something, you don't need anything else. So there's a million and one indicators out there. Yeah. If I just show you what the standard platform comes with, yeah. Your standard trading platform, what does it come with in terms of indicators, right? So let's do this, and let's have a look. This is your indicators only, not your experts, just your indicators, okay? This is just your indicators, okay? And I haven't done that yet. Look at that. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and I've got indicators here for days. You guys couldn't use this many indicators, could you? It's too many, right? So what if I started saying to you something like this? Yeah. Let's stick envelopes on. Ah, people are trading with envelopes and making money. Ah, Ichimoku. Let's use these. You know, look. What do they show you? Well, look, they tell you X, Y, and Z. Parabolic SARs, knowing the market's going to turn or not. Average true range. You know, let's get the CCI up. Let's use the marker as well, right? So we're getting all these things give you signals. They tell you something's going to happen, yeah. The market there seems to be turning, and the indicator seems to be turning as well. This is coming up to the what you call the overbought area. ATR's turning down. Right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here's your force index. What's that saying to you? Here's your MACD. People love the MACD. Yeah. The amount of people I've seen that love the MACD, you would think they were married to it or something, or that the MACD was giving them some company in the evening or something. I don't know what they're so fascinated with the MACD about. It's good for divergence, but I don't use it for anything else. But again, you know, it doesn't matter. As long as you like it, you use it, and it's good in that sense, right? I'm not halfway through this, putting these indicators on the chart. Now you tell me, could you possibly use all these indicators? What would you be doing? You'd more than likely you would just lose money, get it wrong, get confused, and get some kind of analysis paralysis because one thing says this and the other one says that, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Imagine being in a room where you're asking questions to the whole room and it all giving you different answers. That's what this is like, yeah. So my point is, you don't want to get caught up on the crux of all these kind of indicators and stuff like that. It's just not worth it. These things aren't going to do for you what you want them to do for you. It's just not going to happen, yeah. So the point is, it's like the indicators that I give you, what I'm giving you. Remember, I've got a sole focus here as well with you guys. My only focus of you guys, not my only focus, my main focus of you guys is see, I want you guys to make money. That's of absolute importance. Do you understand me? Yeah. The same way, you know, if you went to the gym and got a personal trainer, that personal trainer wants you to get in shape. That's what's going to be really key to him. So when he turns around and says, listen, what you eat in the evening, or she says, what you eat in the evening, are you drinking a lot of beer, this, that, and the other, I need you to cut it out. It's not because they want to be awkward or they want to be draconian in any way, or, you know, like sort of, you know, swing their power around a little bit. It's nothing like that. It's just, see, to get result, there's things that you need to do, right? Everything comes as the result of something that you do, yeah? Right? So, and I sent you guys something on the weekend. I posted it in the room. Do you guys get it? I'm sure I posted it in the room. Let me just make sure that I'm not losing my mind here. I know I'm not losing it, but yeah. Do you guys see that, Kevin Trudeau? Yeah. I'm going to send you guys some other stuff. I'm trying not to bombard you guys with stuff that's for your mind in terms of personal development and stuff like that. But look, let's just be serious about this for a minute, yeah? Right? Your brain This is your brain. What's included in your brain? Yeah, your brain includes what? Vision. Yeah, it was very good, right? Vision. So what you see, and also, yeah, how you interpret the information is your interpretation. Interpretation. Yeah. I mean, these things already come from your brain, yeah, your mind, yeah. And then there's another thing as well, it's your thoughts, isn't it? And your thoughts create your feelings. And then there's your mood. You know, how do you feel? Do you feel miserable? Do you feel confident? Do you feel happy? Do you feel nervous and so forth and stuff like that? Well, what's going to affect that? And it's like what you put in. Do you understand? What you put in must come out. So if this here is your brain, right? Um, so I don't know if I put B for brain. Sorry, bear with me 1 second, guys. Guys, um, so sorry about that. So guys, look, this is your brain, yeah? Okay. So what goes in is what comes out. Okay. So what goes into your brain? Just think about that for a second. And sometimes when I ask you these questions, I don't want to give you the answers straight away. I want you guys to think a little bit for yourself in this as well about what goes into your brain, because then the lessons become more powerful. So yes, number one is thoughts. Absolutely, what you are thinking goes into your brain. But what else? Yeah, get creative and everybody answer. I'm going to open up the thing, you know, the mic. Yeah, so you guys can talk as well. Yeah, if you want. Is that open? Unmute all other people. You guys should all be unmuted now. Is that right? You're all self-muted as well. So if you guys want to unmute yourselves. But give me something back here. Yeah.
Sound.
Sound. Yeah. Yeah. So the things. Yeah. Yeah. Things that you hear. Things that you see. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So come on. What you see and you hear, where does it come from? Yeah. So the things that you hear will come from the television shows that you watch, the movies that you watch. Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna mute you guys all again for a second because I can hear someone talking about something completely different in the background. Right. So what goes into your brain? Your thoughts. Yeah. What you think. But where do they come from? Yeah. So there's many places. So this is important. Yeah. So just note these down for yourself. Yeah. The things that go into your brain, they come from number one, what you see. Okay. Sorry. Actually, let's do it like this. Alright, so this is your brain, okay? This is you. Okay, your brain. Now, what's going into your brain, okay, is what you see. Number one. What do you see? Where you go, places that you go, but also there's things like television and stuff like that, yeah? Okay. What else can affect? I mean, you know, if you go on the internet looking at porn and stuff, it's also coming into your vision. If you think it has a positive effect, that's fine, but actually it doesn't really. Um, the things that you hear, okay, Now, things that you hear again from TV, but also what else? Now, look at your own network of people that you know, people that you hang out with, and see what they're like. Some people are really negative, you know. Les Brown says like some people are so negative they can walk into a room and begin to develop. Um, some people are so negative. Kevin Trudeau talks about this as well. It's like their ball of negativity so big, they've got such a negative habit of being, they just can't help it. They're just negative. That's just the way they are. So because of that, everything else becomes negative also, right? So in terms of sorry guys, I'm just going to take this quick trade here on euro dollar. Right. So back to what we're doing, yeah. So in terms of what you hear and see, yeah, and then also there's food as well. What do you eat, yeah? What is it that you eat as well? Because it's important. So you know, think about animal meat, yeah. So if you like to eat beef, and I'm not saying you should change your diet. I'm just giving you my viewpoint from what I've learned and studied, and what it's done for me, whatever it does for you or doesn't do for you. I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm not saying you can't make money and be good because you eat meat and stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying all these things coming in, yeah. Horror movies. It's not the best thing to watch neither, yeah. So these things are all putting something inside you, your brain, yeah. Your brain, your mind, whatever, yeah. But you're taking it into your body. Yeah, it's going to affect your thoughts, your moods and stuff. How does food affect your thoughts? Well, food will release certain chemicals, yeah, that will then affect your mood and your thoughts and stuff like that. And then you look at it and think like, oh well, that cow, whatever it was, or that um, that chicken or whatever, it was killed by XYZ means, or you know, and made to suffer. Well, and then its body tenses up as well, and the muscles get all rigid and taut. It's not great to be taking that in. So I'm not saying change everything completely. I'm just saying like you can actually look at things that you're taking in. So if you're sitting there, yeah, in the afternoon watching Jeremy Kyle, you're probably not getting the best for your mind and body. Do you understand me? Yeah. Drugs is another one. You know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not your dad, so I'm not going to tell you what you shouldn't and shouldn't do. Alcohol's another one. Alcohol and drugs. Alcohol and drugs. Sorry. I'm not saying that. I'm not condemning people that do it. I'm just saying, if you're doing these things and you're taking them in, understand that they have to come out somewhere. Yeah. And where does it come out? It can come out to your trading. But as well as your trading, not just your trading, but also what about things like relationships? Yeah. With relationships, my writing's getting a lot better now, isn't it? I know you guys are pressed. Didn't know I could write in cursive, did you? Actually, I wasn't quite sure neither. Relationships. Now, relationships are important to your trading. You don't want to be having arguments and tension with people and then going to the market, because you'll take it out on the market. And guess what? The market's bigger and bad than you are, and chances are it'll slap you about a little bit as well. Do you understand me? So these are just things for you guys to consider that goes a bit more beyond the things people talk about when they say like, oh yeah, all you need is a strategy or a recipe and you make money. All I'm going to say to you guys is if you could make yourself better one way, shape or form or the other, and you could eliminate some things that you don't need, then why not do it? You know, Kevin Trudeau talks about it all the time as well. I love Kevin Trudeau, so you guys are going to hear me talk about him quite a bit actually. I don't speak about all the people that I listen to, but when I listen to someone like Kevin Trudeau, and I think, by the way, this here is just for the guys that I've been showing. I've been explaining to them, like, look, when that happens, I trail my stop. Market's 4.5 pips. I don't look to remove my hedges or nothing. I leave them in place. That's trading now, so I can't lose, but my hedge is still there. You see that? So you guys will see this play out once it closes that trade out. So my point is this, yeah. My point is, I'm going to send you stuff. I'll send you stuff out of hours at any time. Not personally. I'm going to put it all in the group, yeah, so everybody can get the benefit of it. And I want you guys to really take note of it, listen to it, read it, or whatever it is. When I send it, because I don't send things all the time. When I send something because I think, you know what, you guys could really benefit from this. I want you to have it, so I send it to you so you can have it, yeah. And then you can take it in, and then we can discuss it. when we have a phone call and stuff like that. I speak to a lot of guys on the phone anyway, so we can then discuss it later on. But I want you guys to get in the habit of doing that, yeah? Is that making sense? Yeah, what goes in must come out. That's just the way it goes. If you start putting good things in, good things will come out. Yeah, and it's we are just a trading company. If you look at it that way, we deal with trading, education, live rooms, and strategies and so forth. But life is about a few more things than just that. Yeah, it's not just about making money, but it's also about having good relationships. It's about having good experiences. It's about feeling good. You know, the most important thing is how you feel, right? So do the things that make you feel good as well. Um, yeah, I won't add anything more to that. We'll leave it at that for now, and we'll cover more on these sort of topics as well. If you guys, one thing you know about me is, oh look, that trade's closed out, and also, can you see the order's gone? That was waiting to open. Bam, done deal. Um, so what I want to say to you guys is this, yeah, just to close off. We'll finish up here because I've got a coaching session now. I'm going to run over a little. I'm going to be a bit late for, but it should be cool. I just want to say this: that what I'll do is I'm going to look to. I want to enhance you guys in more ways than one, if I can. Yeah. If I can make you guys, or not, if I can make you guys, if I can give you guys information that's going to help in other areas of your life, that's going to be a great thing, right? I want you guys to have that, have those experiences. And why? Why do I want it? Is it because I'm a Samaritan and so forth? Is it because of anything like that? Is it I'm such a good guy? That's what I want to do, or is it because it's what I want for myself? And I know if I give to you, you know, as you give is as you get. Whatever I give is what I get back in return. You know, that's the way life works. So, happy trading today, guys. Remember the news that's coming out. You should see that you have. Is it 3 o'clock news coming out? I believe. Wednesday, sorry. Wednesday, 3 o'clock news coming out today. So you guys, happy trading with that. Yeah, take advantage of that. Any extra added volatility there. Um, and then what else? Thursday. There you go. 1:30. That should be good tomorrow. 1:30. And then 4 o'clock crude oil. When we have a bank holiday, it throws out the times and dates. So it's Thursday at 4 p.m. instead of Wednesday at 3:30. Then Friday. Friday, what do we have here on Friday? First Friday of the new month. Boom, NFP. Yeah, so there's a lot happening in the markets this month, and it should be very good. Yeah. So guys, it is, isn't it, Patrick? And it's true as well. So listen, guys, thanks for being here again. I really appreciate you guys coming in here. Otherwise, I'd just be some crazy guy talking to myself about the markets and other things. I hope you guys. I hope the extra information, other than just trading, is good for you guys. It's not that we're going to self-development type tip, but it's just like we don't want to focus all our energy on one side of our life and not the rest of it. So we want it all to grow collectively together. The more balanced the world is, the more balanced the world we live in, the better it is for our children and for us. You understand me? So we give and we get, and so forth. Yeah, great. I'm going to sign off now, and I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks for being here, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye now. Cheers.